Hi, I'm Emilie Evans. I'm a co-founder of Brick and Beam Detroit, but believe it or not, this is my very first storytelling event. And the reason for that is that I just moved back to Detroit with my husband from New York City. And I lived here when we co-founded Brick and Beam Detroit, which was fantastic. But he lived in New York, and it was pretty hard to be long distance for a couple of years. So I made the choice to leave the city, which was about a 51% to 49%. It was a really tight decision. He won by not very much. I really didn't want to go. So I'm really glad to be back this time with him, which is fantastic. But we're looking for a house, and we're looking for a home that allows us, or me, to not just talk the talk of building rehab, but really walk the walk and really do the work and really put the effort in a way that is meaningful to the community, to the neighborhood, to the block, to my next door neighbors on either side. I mean, down to the level of not just being about us, but really being about something a little bit bigger. No matter how big, you don't have to go so big, but just really feeling like you're contributing to something important. So we've looked at a lot of houses, and we've looked at we're going to look at an apartment on Monday, a condo. But there's this funny little balance of a home that is not just kind of perfect move-in ready, investor just did their thing and put in everything that you think you would want in a home. You've got these granite counters, and they're so beautiful, and nothing against granite countertops. But there's something there's something missing. There's something that's been moved away, and there's nothing wrong with investor properties at all. In fact, the right ones are doing some great work. But we're looking for something in that kind of balance that still needs some love, that still has a lot of that original character left in the building that maybe we can do something interesting with. And it's the first time I've admitted it to a crowd this large, believe it or not. But I believe that buildings are alive. I believe that they pulse with the spirit of the people that have lived in, worked in, played in, experienced in. And there's something to that spirit that I would never want to lose. And so I'm hoping that with every home that we look at, I keep hoping to have that feeling, to feel that connection to the past, to the present, to whatever might be the future, and to leave just a mark, not in any kind of claiming way, but really just a way to sort of include my energy in the mix and move on when the time is right. And I'm hoping for that feeling every time we walk in. My husband was empowered when I was overseas to look at homes on his own with our realtor, and we found one, actually. We found one that we loved. He just said, this is it, this is the one. We put an offer in, and someone with a lot more cash, literal cash, than we'd had, beat us out. We had to say we couldn't go higher, and they had a lot of cash in their pockets, and they won. And I keep thinking about that house, not in a way that's like, man, we lost, but really with the sincerest hope that whomever got that property, investor or otherwise, feels that spirit, feels that love, sees that character, and just goes for embracing it rather than trying to put something in there that they think people want, but that maybe glosses over something else. And so we're still looking. We're still looking for that feeling. We're still looking for that that moment where we say, this is the place. This is where we want to be. And I know that with so many stories like Jeff's and so many of you who are just in it for the love of the place, for the love of the materials, for the love of the block and the neighborhood and the community, we want in too. You know, we want to be able to play that teeny tiny little role that comes with the gift of home, really. And so that is the gift that we are still in search of. And this is my first story and my first storytelling event. So thank you in advance for for being with your patients. Thank you.